Hi friends, welcome back to Wealthtainment. In this video, we are going to talk about fiat currencies. Like most dinner table conversations, a certain group of friends was discussing the antics of blondes, a certain Mr. Don and his doppelganger twin, Mr. John, and the path of the Indian economy. Between the dialogue on blondes and the path of the economy, the conversation entered the doorway of currencies. A voice vehemently argued how the US dollar has the right backing of gold and oil. Right backing it is. In fact, it's the extremely right backing. However, the fact is that the US dollar, like most currencies, in fact all currencies in the world today, is a fiat currency. What do you mean by a fiat currency? That basically means it has the backing of no real asset. So what's it backed by? Well, it's backed by the promise. Yeah, that's right, just a promise. The promise of the country and or the central bank of that country that they will pay. Consider this. The US economy has a size of $20 trillion, a debt of $22 trillion, a fiscal deficit, which is nothing but the difference between the receipts and the payments of the federal government, of $1 trillion, a currency in circulation of around $1.7 trillion, and its value of gold as of February 19 was $360 billion. So where did this $1.7 trillion of currency in circulation come from? How did the economy become a $20 trillion economy? Well, the answer lies in fiat money or fiat currency. So where does this fiat money come from? Well, it really comes from the word. Fiat in Latin means let it be done. With one wave of the magic policy wand, governments and central banks can create fiat money. And certain well-advanced, forward-looking economies can take it out of the system within 10 minutes of a speech. So, as long as the governments are stable and not erratic and not whimsical and keep taxes under control and keep their deficits under control and ensure that the supply of money is enough to create capital, which creates employment, which creates income, which further creates capital and which further creates income, and the cycle goes on, it's all good. But when you break that cycle, you've got a problem. Let's take an example of fiat money going very wrong. A classic example is Zimbabwe. In 1980, Zimbabwe got its independence from Britain. The Rhodesian dollar was substituted by the Zimbabwean dollar. A great nationalist leader called Robert Mugabe was its first prime minister. He pegged the value of the Zimbabwean dollar to the US dollar. Well, Zimbabwe was a great country. It was the breadbasket of the world, had great tobacco agriculture, but the US was an industrialized economy. And for a period of time, the Zimbabwean dollar was actually more valuable than the US dollar, pegged at $1.47. However, this wasn't the true value of the Zimbabwean dollar, and hence there was a parallel market to buy and sell the Zimbabwean dollar. Well, things went on for a couple of years, and the great populist nationalist consolidated his position and his party's position. He was acclaimed internationally for his educational and health initiatives. In the 1990s, the great ZANU-PF party, led by the great Robert Mugabe, introduced ESAP. No, it wasn't the nuclear bomb, nor was it the Ebola virus. It was the Economic Structural Adjustment Program. He took away the land and manufacturing facilities from white people and gave it to his people. His people, and of course, his people and some of not his people did not know how to farm or manufacture. What happened later was mayhem. It was slow bleeding at first, and it hemorrhaged the country later. Between 1999 to 2009, the banking system of Zimbabwe collapsed, but the government kept spending to stay in power, to put up a brave face, and to manage internal politics. The ZANU-PF party of Robert Mugabe kept power. The unemployment numbers grew to 80%. The economy shrank by 18%. The inflation rose to 500 billion%. To buy a bag of groceries, the people needed not millions, not billions, but trillions of dollars. But the late Robert Mugabe kept saying, "We will die for our lands and with our lands." The people focused on the wrong preposition. Whenever politicians say "we," you need to interpret "you." It's you. Robert Mugabe understood people's problems. People can't carry bags of cash to buy groceries. So the Zimbabwean government introduced a $100 trillion note. Now you didn't need bags of cash to buy groceries. In 2017, at the age of 93, Robert Mugabe was ousted. But in most of those 37 years, after Robert consolidated his power, the people and the country bled. Problems are still on. The governments are trying to solve it. That is the problem of fiat currencies. I hope you liked my video, and if you did, please share and subscribe to my channel, Wealthtainment. Till next time, thank you.